Our gospel reading this Sunday comes from the book of Mark. Chapter 6, I'm reading 2 verses 30 through 32. I'm reading from the New International Version. The apostles gathered around Jesus and reported to him all they had done and taught. Then, because so many people were coming and going, they did not even have a chance to eat. He said to them, "Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest." So they went away by themselves in a boat to a solitary place. This is the word of the Lord. This morning, we begin to explore our ministry theme here at Taos Pres for 2019 and all the way through the end of 2020, which is reflect, reinvigorate, and reach out. This morning, we begin with reflection, or to reflect. And again, we turn to the definition of reflection. The first interpretation is casting of light back on an object without absorbing it. Casting light does do heat or sound back without absorbing it. Interesting. That's the scientific definition. I was trying to think of an example for you this morning on my way in. God provides. The sun is out, and I was driving on 55. I did not have my sunglasses. Have you ever driven down a road when the sun apparently is exactly at the right spot and it hits the chrome or the back window of the car in front of you and it blinds, you can't look there? That's what happened to me this morning. God's light through the sun bounced off that window, of the back of the window, and hit it back, so I had to look somewhere else to drive. Reflecting. Second definition, the production of an image by or as if by a mirror. Anybody not look in the mirror this morning? Jeannie, bless your heart. You go, girl. God loves you. Yes, indeed. Okay. Well, it seems like the 99% of the rest of us at least glanced in the mirror this morning to make sure we were presentable. And of course, you think it's you. Technically, it's not. That could be a relief for some people. Yes, it's a reflection. It is reflecting back to you your image, not who you really are. And then, of course, there's the third definition, and that's the one that we need to reflect on this morning. Giving serious thought or consideration to something. Giving serious thought or consideration to something. And I suggest to you that true reflecting takes time. Engaging in serious thought takes allowing yourself time to focus, to empty your mind of your to-do lists, agendas, other people's thoughts and ideas that riled you up this morning. True reflection for some may also take being or going to a specific place or time. Question: how many of you do better at getting quiet and reflecting with that first cup of coffee or whatever early in the morning? Hands up. I gotta keep them up. I couldn't see you. Wow. Okay. Uh-oh. All right. Now, I hope there's someone else. How many of you find that your best time is at the end of the day when the world is there and you can and reflect in the evening? How many do, wait a minute, I want to see my peeps here first. Okay, how many do both? The crowd kind of dwindled there. Did you notice that? Yeah. My guess is, I don't want to put words in your mouths, but my guess is you just don't have enough time to do both. And sometimes you may. I suggest to you that all reflection takes solitude, quiet, and inner calm. You know, our most common excuse for being constantly busy is not that someone is forcing you to work, is it? It's our personal choice. That's the one. It's our personal choice to be constantly busy with no time to rest, let alone reflect. Now, I will give you this caveat. The world we live in today is at a much faster pace. Would we agree? I think that's what we fall back on, isn't it? We are trying to be in the moment, in the now, to keep up with the younger folks, fill in any words that you will there. And so, yes, I suggest that even the senior members of our culture this day are resting and relaxing faster. I won't ask you to stand. The world would have us do more, listen more, talk more, eat more, and all in the same 24 hours that we used to have. Somehow, doesn't time just slip away from you? For some, it's kids or grandkids now needing to go to sports practice, band practice, gymnastics, dance, computer club, or some other club, or others of us having doctor's appointments, tests, therapy. You get the idea. So the world tries to help you. They try to help your busyness problem. And how does the world do that for you folks? We have drive-through taco, drive-through pizza, fish, chicken, all to go through the window, pick up the bag, and hurry home. They even have, in our town, a drive-through pharmacy. I think that's kind of an oxymoron. You know, you're going to get some medicine to get better, but you have to hurry up and go through the window. And now, friends, anybody order from Amazon your groceries yet? Jeannie, there we go. Because she's got time on her hands. You know what I'm saying? There it is. Yeah, you can now order your, and Walmart, we've all seen the commercial. Has anybody tried that? God be with you. How'd that work? Paul, did it do? There you go. So, the world does help you save time. You didn't have to drive, for these guys who live way out there, you know, to drive into Walmart to grocery shop, either place, West Branch or Tawas, takes a lot of time. So there you go. The world tries to help us find the time. But instead of helping us reclaim that time to reflect, what do we do with that time? We claim, now I can do something for myself. Whew. Right? And we take a craft class, or get a jet ski, or jump into something else, or build a house to keep us busy doing life. A good indication of your time is to look at your calendar. Anybody, I know that they're on your phones now. How many people keep it on your phone? Don't be afraid, we're friendly. Yeah, okay. It's like, oh, you're one of those computer geeks, Michelle. No, I know that is a better thing to learn. I'm half and half. I put it in the phone, and then I write it on my trusty blocks of the month. How many people have the block calendar where you kind of write it on? Look around, yes. Okay, that is definitely the preferred choice, isn't it? Now, truth, try to be the woman of truth in front of you here. How many people, you know you're too busy when you try to cram about 16 things during the day into that little box? Do you not? How many? Look around, I'm not alone. Absolutely. You think that that's going to help you, and you should tell yourself, write large and only fit what you can fit in the box. I'm using my dear Elsie as an example. She will fill the box and then she'll write into the next day. And so I look at the calendar and I think, oh, that's tomorrow. No, that was yesterday. That's an indication. If you look at your calendar, whichever kind it is, and you see that it's full, look at what it's full of. All right? A reminder here. God created rest in Genesis. It was part of the mandate of creating the world for him. He created it on the seventh time and said, I elevate rest to the same status of creating human beings, of creating light and dark, of creating all of the things that you have. And rest is right there. How you doing with that? C.S. Lewis poses the question, is it possible that what we lack is not time, but true rest? Perhaps we do live in a culture that judges a person's success by how busy they are. Have you ever found yourself sitting down, particularly here in this beautiful place where we live, and you see someone sitting by the water, and I usually think, God bless them. They have the time to do that in the middle of the day, perhaps, and I'm driving by. I wish I could. I can. I just don't put it up there on my list. Society rewards time not resting, don't they? I learned of this winter, I wish, when I was spending so much time in hospitals. And there was a nurse that was a wonderful woman, and she was taking really good care. And I said, how are you doing? And she said, oh, I'm doing wonderful. She said, I've picked up my third shift in a row. First of all, that gave me pause. I think our nurses work harder, any of our medical professionals work harder, than hard. And here she was smiling, saying, I've just picked up my third shift in a row. And it was a badge of honor for her. Look what I can do, because her efforts were noble. She's trying to help people, right? And so, instead of saying, here we are, instead of saying, well, that's amazing, how do you do that? I said, oh, I'm sorry. I did, because I said, you need rest too. And she said, oh, I do better when I keep busy. There it is. Isn't that culture around us today that is saying, the more you do and the busier you are, the more we esteem you as a go-getter, full of energy, fill in the blank. And what God is telling us is what? Stop. Reflect. And yes, most importantly, and here's the part that we leave out, rest in me. There it is. God created rest on the seventh day, not due to fatigue or inactivity. God's rest is his invitation into a time of reflection, peace, and enjoyment in him. Listen to this. Alan Faulding, a colleague of ours, has said, "We err when we try to establish our identity through our work rather than realizing that our identity is shaped and strengthened in the place of Sabbath rest, and then expressed in our work." Matthew 11:28, "Come to me, you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." You can't make your own rest as hard as you scramble to find that time to have 2 hours to yourself. It comes from God. Jesus didn't say, just work a little longer and you'll earn some rest, or you'll deserve some rest. He said, come to me and I'll give you rest. You don't pay for it. You don't have to do anything for it except stop, breathe, and rest in Him. Only Rabbi Jesus is offering Sabbath rest, and this rest is the pathway of reflection and renewed aliveness. Sabbath time, a time of, here it is, being rather than doing. And now we reflect on that Psalm verse. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am the God of all you need. Be still and know. Then just be still. And when you can do that in Jesus, you are just able to be. And may the peace of God, which surpasses all our busyness and understanding, keep you close to His heart and grant you rest and enjoyment this day.